All this national motocross action is proudly brought to you by TRP Distributors, Cannabis Energy Drink, and their associate sponsors. Welcome to Bloemfontein Off-Road Club, the final round of the TRP and Cannabis Energy Drink National Motocross Championships. An incredible track that has been prepped to perfection. We saw some fantastic racing on the Saturday, and as you can see, a little bit of wetness out there. A couple of guys getting to the mud early on in the practice sessions and the warm-ups. And now it's time to go and haul ass, as it says on the board. But before that, let's catch up with Torino Rungasamy from Cannabis Energy Drink.
We're over excited. It's been a wonderful day so far. The exposure we are getting is fantastic. The adrenaline with the guys racing is something you wouldn't expect. And I'm actually very excited that we are part of this. And guys, fantastic event.
Ready to go now with our 50cc's. Can anybody catch and pass and maybe even spoil the day for the man who would be king in the 50cc's, Trenton Kretzmann? Only man who's really got an outside chance of catching him is the youngster Brodie Bircher from Pietermaritzburg. And as that Cannabis Energy lady makes her way to the sideline, the gates are about to drop, and this is for the final time in 2020 for our 50cc's. Heading down to Bridgestone corner for the first time and into the lead. Looks like there's a good start there from Bircher. He's on the inside line, but a fantastic start coming out of Cabello Ledwaba. Oh, gets a little bit sideways as he came out of turn one. So that's just cost him a little bit of time there. You see that these youngsters are going to have to work hard. Trenton Kretzmann is in second. It is Bircher who has managed to secure that whole shot position after the slight mistake there from Cabello Ledwaba. With the rest of them coming through there in the pack of 50cc riders. 25 of them out there on the weekend. Only 21 starting today. A couple of guys with some breakages and a couple of guys who didn't quite make it out here onto the second day and the final round of this doubleheader in Bloemfontein. Bircher doing it all right out front though. He's looking pretty smooth. Trenton Kretzmann taking the inside line, and around the outside comes the 515 of JD Verstaer. He's fighting there with Maxwell Faria and Raiden Wolves. Raiden Wolves has got Cabello Ledwaba right there with him too. So nice little fight for third, fourth and fifth place. Great battle for the lead at this stage as well. As you see Kretzmann starting to close on the back end of Bircher. Well, he's had a great season, but he's had a little bit of issues that haven't quite worked out as well as it has for the man who is on the 9-4 with the red plate coming into this final round. And if he just stays upright, whoa, speaking of staying upright, he's going for the lead. He wants to win, and he wants to win with victories on the day as well. So Kretzmann hits the front and disappears now from Brodie Bircher, or tries to. Bircher stays with him. Bircher comes up onto the eye line, taking a slightly different line here on the minicross circuit. And as they head down into the bottom turns, now coming into some of the back markers. Oh, a small mistake there from Bircher going onto the inside line. Might not have been the ideal line to go through there. You can see Kretzmann had the advantage. He's now going to try and use those back markers. Back markers getting in the way there of some of the riders for third, fourth and fifth place. And 36 going down there, unfortunately, all by himself. Not what Chase Becker wanted. Becker just getting caught out by those back markers as they were trying to mix it up with Wolves and Ledwaba. And you can see Aiden Retrieve now trying to capitalize on that mistake. As Trenton Kretzmann pulls a bit of a margin now. Yes, he's got a rider between himself and Brodie Bircher. The 46 machine has come through there, and looks like Josh Peter Newman with some little bit of issues to sort out in that backpack. But no worries at all. There comes Wolves. Wolves on the run now too, looking for a chance of possible top 5. The 80 bike in the mix as well is Cabello Ledwaba, and he's now sitting looking for a possible third place here. It'll be one of the highest finishes we see out of Cabello Ledwaba, that's for sure. Further back, continued battles as they come through there. Travis Liddell fighting there with Ross McKenzie. Problems on the little Husky there. I think that was the 25 bike, if I'm not mistaken. Going down, yes. Issues there for Lo Rademeyer. He's not going to be able to try and pick that bike up and get going again. A little bit of assistance from the outside. Checkered flag is about to come out though. And it is going to be the win and the championship for Trenton Kretzmann. He's pulled away from Brodie Bircher, and the checkered flag does come out and secures the title as he just avoids one of the downed riders. Yellow flags into the last corner, and Bircher avoids that rider as well. Let's have a look at the overall championship standings. Kretzmann takes it ahead of Brodie Bircher. Chase Becker comes through for third place, beating out Maxwell Faria, Raiden Wolves, Cabello Ledwaba in 6th, Evan Frost is 7th, and Aiden Retief on the Cannabis Energy KTM in 8th place. Air Auto Africa and Fox Racing's Trenton Kretzmann, the 50cc champion for 2020. Heading into the MX1s now, concerned face there on Matty Milan. Reynard looking for a chance to maybe spoil the day for a lot of riders out there, particularly Tristan Purdon, who comes into the final round with the red plate. But the form that Anthony Reynard has found for this weekend hopefully will be put into place here today. Let's see what's going to happen in this first MX1 heat. 5-second board, heading to Bridgestone corner. It's a good start there from the 4-1. And he goes side by side with Dero. Dero going to try and force him onto the high side. But it looks like it might have been David Goosen who squeezed through there. Goosen looking for a chance to go and take the whole shot. No, it's Reynard. Reynard coming through there. Goosen was with him. And he just drops back slightly into third place as this big field of MX1s comes flying through for the first time. Back end of the field, watch out for Sharon Moore as well as Leonard Dutoy. Much better start this time coming out of that Orange County KTM of Vogelsang. So that's a little bit better than what we saw yesterday, but he's still not quite up there where we normally see him in the whole shot position as they come through the mechanic area. Heading out of the Thor corner now, up over that FMF jump, heading down towards the area that of course is known as 7th Heaven. They're not quite there just yet, but coming through the Prepsol Whoop section, a little bit of chopping and changing for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th place. You can see that 350cc there of Kieran Fitzgerald maybe battling a little bit here with the 450s. It's ideal conditions to be racing in. A little cool breeze around the circuit. It is relatively hot, but it hasn't got up to full day's temperature yet for this first heat. Good start here from the pack of MX1s. Out front, Reynard controlling things. As I said, found some incredible form for this weekend. But Purdon in 2nd place, and that is such a cool shot. A little bit of roost coming off the back end of that Red Bull KTM. And his teammate now into the clutches, by the looks of things, of Jesse Wright. Jesse Wright fighting hard there with Kieran Fitzgerald, looking for a top 5 finish there for Jesse Wright if he can get it. Further back there, 73 is Sharon Moore. Whoa, yeah, turn left there, Sharon. That's where you need to go, bud. That's where the corner is, not past the cameraman. And he took our cameraman out there, actually. So high side there from Purdon, starting to close down on Reynard. Reynard can feel the pressure starting to be applied there from the man in 2nd place. There's going to be a bit of a battle here. There's Reynard on the Tinswalo and Dragon Energy Yamaha fights off that Red Bull KTM. And here comes the Out of Africa Monster Energy bike. It's a battle of the energy drinks out there with Cannabis at the helm of this incredible sport that we love so much. So out over 7th Heaven. Oh, what a great shot. Great to see the riders high flying over that big jump. Not great to see the Pepsin Husqvarna parked on the sideline of Matty Milan, excluded for jumping on the warm-up lap under yellow flags. They're being very strict here today about that after the incident we saw with the 250s. So we're not going to let anybody get away with it, even the number 1 plate. And Milan sidelined after being disqualified. So here we go. The battle for 1st and 2nd starting to heat up. Here comes Purdon. Purdon applying the pressure big time on Reynard. Reynard soaking it up for now. I wonder if Anthony Reynard has got something special for us today. Can he go 4 for 4 today? 4 wins in the 2 wins in the 450s and 2 wins in the 250s as they go flying through there, and you can see Purdon is not going to let that happen. Purdon wants to finish the season at the top. He's got a chance now with rivalries on the sideline, and of course his closest rival behind him at this point in time, and that's David Goosen. Goosen's teammate Jesse Wright looks like he may have just got ahead there of Kieran Fitzgerald. There's a very good possibility that Fitzgerald has fallen back slightly. Yes, he has. So Kieran Fitzgerald battling a little bit maybe on that 350. Might not have been the ideal choice yet today. The extra horsepower of that 100cc is available on the 450 might have been the better one as the option to take for today. Now they go through the Prepsol Whoops again. Here comes Purdon. Purdon now looking for a chance to get through. What's he going to try? No, he cuts back. I thought he was going to go the high side, but they saw Purdon saw that Reynard was going to go on the high side, and he just cut back very late on the turn. It's opportunistic riding coming from him. There's 3rd place. We haven't seen a lot of him, David Goosen. 4th place at the moment is Cam Dero. Little tear off there, starting to feel the effects of the roost coming off some of the motorcycles and maybe something off the track as well. A great shot there of Anthony Reynard also. Oh, look at that, slipping through there properly. That's so good to see when we put it into slow-mo. Goosen in 3rd. Trying to close things down, but he's just got no answer to the pace of those top 2 at this point in time. Moving up nicely as well. Marco de Freya, what a run there from him. He's had a bit of a fight there with Cam Dero for a while, but he's just lost the back end of Dero, so looking for a top 5 there for Marco de Freya. Be a nice finish for the season for him, that is for sure. Nice little battle that has resumed again as Fitzgerald's giving himself a bit of breathing room and caught onto the back end of Jesse Wright. Looking at the back of the bike, I think Lloyd Fakal might have picked up a slow puncture, and that's why he's so far back. I haven't really mentioned him at all today. I'm not quite sure what's going on there with Lloydie, but hopefully he can get that sorted out for the 2nd heat. Flat tyre is not what you want. Into the closing stages now, you can see it's going to be all about Tristan Purdon. Purdon going to take the victory here easily over Anthony Reynard in the end. On the sideline there is Fakal, just waiting for the leaders to come through there. So it's Tristan Purdon taking the first victory of the day. He'll be happy with that. There's confirmation of that back flat tyre. And second place, of course, going to Anthony Reynard, beating out David Goosen to the line. Let's get confirmation of that first heat. It's Purdon from Reynard and Goosen. Cam de Roo hung on for 4th, beating out De Freya. Jesse Wright also beat out Johan Vogelsang and Leonard de Toy in 8th place. Big problems there for Kieran Fitzgerald. Let's see if we can sort it out now after the break. Welcome back to action from the Cannabis Energy and TRP National Motocross Championships in Bloemfontein. It's the final round, and they're working hard down at the Prepsol cleaning area to get those bikes now sorted out for the next heats of racing. Down at Ridgeway Race Bar, looks like they're working hard there on Deegan bike as well as on Callum's, but they're not involved yet. They're on the 125s now, moving up. We head into the 85cc Juniors and Pro Minis. Gates drop down towards Bridgestone corner for the first time. Who's going to have what it takes? Emmanuel Bacco is normally the man out the gates to watch out for. Look out for the 10 bike, but it looks like he got stuck in the mid-pack there and might not have got the start he wanted. As they come out of Bridgestone corner, heading up the first straightaway. It's a great start from Bryce Peterson as well as from Vion Deploy. Look out for Lucas Venter there as well. Great start from him. And in the mid-pack there, Tristan de Roo. Look out for Louis Mustard and Josh Fletcher. So they're fighting for honours at the back end of the pack as they come through now to complete the first little loop. And there you can see in the gates the 85cc Juniors waiting to go. As soon as they cross this first section, the 85cc Juniors will be sent on the way. There they go. Down towards turn 1. Oh, how was that out of shape there from Aston Martin? Aston Martin just getting it all out of shape there, but he eventually slots up in about 5th place into turn 1, Bridgestone corner. Not a bad start there from him. In fact, he might have even squeezed up a little bit higher there. So that's a really good start there from Aston Martin, considering he was completely out of the gates sideways. And there you can see he has made up that ground. So good riding there from him. Keeping it buried. He's now dropped down to about 5th place as he just got it wrong over the jump. They come across the little switch over, and it is once again Liam Buerta commanding the lead out front. He's definitely the man to beat this season. Has not put almost any wheel wrong right through this very tough 2020 motocross season. Out front though, and looking for a chance now to wrap things up. Vion Deploy has got Bryce Peterson. Bryce Peterson is leading, but Deploy is coming along for the ride and is right there with him. Remember, Bryce Peterson is looking to take the championship. Deploy just wants the last victory. Venter in the mix as well, and he's side by side with Carl Townsend. Sidelined at this point in time, the 200 bike there of Matthew Correa. Hopefully he can get that bike sorted out and back on track. Liam Buerta dominating as he has all season long in the 85cc Juniors. Ahead of Peter Brink. Brink with a much better start this time out. He's ahead of Adler. Adler coming through there on Tyler Peterson, and then Timo Topfer just out the back end. 355 is the man to watch out for there on Timo. Out front though, it is a big battle between these two. Bryce Peterson controlling things at the moment, but Vion Deploy is just sitting waiting. He's just on the back end, probably just out of the roost gap, and not going to let him through. Looks like a nice recovery there. I think that might have been Matthew Correa back on, and it's also Tyler Tarantino pushing hard. Wow, Tarantino finding some good pace this weekend. Into some of the back markers now, and this could help Deploy out. Can he find a way through there on the lead bike of Bryce Peterson? Peterson will be well aware of the fact that he's got to try and wrap this championship up today. So he might fight it out if he can and stay at the front, but if he does get past, may not come back to fight for that lead. He's going to be concentrating on the fact that he's got a championship to sort out. Tarantino doing a super job now ahead of Fenter. So a bit of a fight out there for 3rd and 4th place between Fenter and Tarantino. He's up to 3rd now as Tyler, so let's see if we can find a way to stay in that 3rd place and possibly get a podium at the last chance of asking. Change up for the lead, possibly. Yeah, here we go, Deploy. Oh, he goes high and wide. What a cutback. Take that. Oh man, that's Supercross style there coming out of Vion Deploy to take that lead and get ahead of Bryce Peterson. Is Peterson going to come back at him? Tarantino, I think, might have dropped out of 3rd. Yes, he has. Fenter's moved to 3rd place, Tarantino to 4th. Liam Buerta controlling things in the 85cc Juniors. No problems at all for Liam Buerta. Ooh, as I say that, nearly a problem there for Liam Buerta. Nearly went out the front door. Checkered flag time as we see Vion Deploy coming across the line. He'll be taking the win in the Pro Minis. He's a happy man about that. He's taken the victory. Bryce Peterson, though, I think, has wrapped up and done enough to take the championship. Great battle in the 85cc Juniors as well as Liam Buerta comes through for the victory and also for the championship. 2020 all sorted out now. There is your championship standings. Peterson and Deploy ahead of Lucas Venter and Carl Townsend in the 85cc Juniors. It was Buerta, Brink, Adler and Timo Topfer, your top 4. On the TRP podium now, the winners podium from the race itself. Great to see the top 2 up there. The champions side by side on the left-hand side of your screen. Bryce Peterson, and a great job there from Liam Buerta. Heading now into the MX3s and ladies combined, and our Masters veterans and ladies all going to be fighting hard now for their final part of 2020 season. As the gates drop and head down towards turn number 1, it is side-by-side action expected, but what a start there from Topless. Ian Topless looks like he is looking to wrap things up here with the final victory. But where is Bircher? Is he right there with him? Bircher getting a little bit squirrely in second place as they come out of Bridgestone corner and onto the first jump. Good start once again there from our ladies champion. Basically, that's all sorted out there from Kayla Roth. It was pretty much a plain sailing day for her today. Didn't have to do too much other than stay upright. But a nice run here from Alec Combrink as well. Much better start coming out of him, and looking forward to a full season hopefully with Alec next year. They come out of that big FMF turn and now into the Prepsol whoops. And where is Bircher? Look at the gap that Topless has pulled already. I'm not quite sure what went wrong there with Brett Bircher. He just seemed to lose a little bit of ground right from the closing stages. Once again, a battle starting to rage here. Look out for this one. Mark Ainsley, Alec Combrink and Kayla Roth. And Roth at this point is third overall on track, so not a bad start there from the young lady. In the background, Jadine De Lima and Cheyenne De Lima are going to be fighting with Savannah Van Vuren and Natasha Regani, and that's going to be the fight for second place as we see this young lady already up into possibly top 4, top 5 position on track. Kayla Roth doing a super job. Topless, leading things, controlling things, and dominating things. And where's Bircher? Looks like Bircher's gone missing. Bircher's made a mistake. Yes, he's crashed out, and he's had to get back up on the motorcycle after making a big mistake there. That's not what Brett Bircher wanted to do. That is for sure. The pit boss man has got some work to do now. It's Kayla Roth up into second place overall ahead of Alec Combrink. There comes Bircher into fourth, just ahead of Ainsley. Mark Ainsley will probably give him a little bit of a run for his money just for a while, but we know that Bircher's slightly quicker than Ainsley is, and he's already pulled a small margin. Battle for second now between Jadine De Lima and Natasha Regani in the ladies category. It's amazing to think. Okay, Alec Combrink has now moved up into second, and so is Bircher into third, but Kayla Roth for almost half a lap was second overall in this combined category. So definitely showing the kind of prowess she has as a MX ladies champion for the last 2 seasons, and possibly going to make it 3 in a row now. Some laps to be done though before that happens, and some battling to happen here between Alec Combrink and Bircher. Bircher going on the inside of Combrink. Combrink tries to square him off, and he just misses out, and he gets through eventually. So Bircher makes up the ground, but I think there's going to be not enough time on earth for him to catch Topless after that mistake. Roth still in fourth place. Regani has not caught onto the back and passed yet for second. So Jadine De Lima controlling things from second place at this point. So not a bad run there from Jadine. Cheyenne just behind them in fourth as the flag comes out. It's Topless for the win, Topless for the championship as well. And that's MX3's done for 2020. Still waiting for... Oh, speaking of ladies, that's a big crash right in the closing stages there. Natasha Regani's KTM has snapped in half. The frame broke. It's going to give Kayla Roth an easy run to the line, and she's had it pretty much plain sailing. She gets through there on Alec Combrink right in the closing stages too. Let's have a look at the overall championship standings. Topless ahead of Bircher, Byron Lineker in third place, and Alec Combrink with the ride on this weekend getting up to fourth. Roth once again your champion in the ladies. Roth on the TRP National Championship podium. Let's catch up with her.
Honestly, I can't believe it, but it feels amazing. Awesome. I don't have any words to describe it.
Ian Topless once again a number 1 plate in South Africa.
Stoked, 11th title. Won a championship in every decade for the past 4 decades, so been here long time, but still enjoying it. Bashing bars with the boys on the start line, being out at the track, it's a good time, always.
Welcome back to Bloemfontein. Final round action from the Cannabis Energy and TRP National Motocross Championships. It's great to have them on board, and looking forward to 2021 with the extended season and hopefully some crowd getting back into motocross. I think they may have put a little bit of Cannabis Energy into that water because it's made this track absolutely perfect for the day. And final preparations now into the last heat of MX1. Goosen has done it all, but he unfortunately looks like he's going to be just falling short here in the final run, trying to catch Tristan Purden, who just has to stay upright and finish the race to take the number 1 plate for 2021. 5-second board moves off to the side. Gates drop, and we're racing for the last time in 2020. And is it going to be the 23 of Reynard again? Reynard has been on fire. That is I think that's the 6th of 8 so far in terms of the hole shots, and Reynard is absolutely hauling. But here comes Milan. Do not make Manny Milan cross and disqualify him for jumping, because he's going to come and show you that he can do it and show you exactly the kind of mettle he has as a rider. And that's why he's getting away from the front end of this field. It's Manny Milan out front and commanding and demanding and giving everything he can to get to the front end and show the rest of this pack a clean pair of wheels. Up over the Thor jump into FMF and now down into the Prepsol whoop section, and Milan pulling away rapidly from the rest of the pack of riders. Coming through there, watch out for David Goosen Purden in the mix as well. A nice start yet again coming out of Cam de Roe and Marco de Freya. Up over 7th Heaven. You do not get a better shot than that. All of the 13 bikes in full flight there. Vogelsang starting to close onto the back end there by the looks of things. A better start from him, of Cam de Roe, and Cam de Roe fighting with de Freya. So 3-way KTM battle there for about 7th place on track. Milan though, the number 1 plate for 2020, wants the final say in the season. He's ahead of Reynard. Reynard might just want to spoil his day. I wonder if Anthony Reynard's got something special for us here today in this last heat of the 450s. Coming out of turn 1, up over this little step up. And in 3rd place, it's Tristan Purden fighting there with... no, in fact, it's not. Purden's down to 4th. It's Goosen into 3rd. Goosen has moved up 1 position and gets ahead of his championship rival. Maybe he just wants to spoil the day slightly there for the man who would be king. Coming through there, Reynard in 2nd, out of Thor and up over the tabletop. Little subway jump there, left into the FMF corner and now down the whoop section. And coming along for the ride there, Reynard in 2nd place, but look at the battle starting to heat up for 3rd place. Tristan Purden coming along and he's through. He's got ahead of Goosen. Change up for 3rd place. Purden moves up into the top 3. Going to look for the overall podium today as well as the championship. 7th Heaven. Oh, what a shot. Absolutely do not get sick and tired of that ever in my life, seeing riders hit that jump flat out and get the air time that they get over that big tabletop at the back end of the Bloemfontein Off-Road Club. Reynard is closing on Milan, but Milan is just soaking that pressure up. There's no way anybody's going to get past Manny Milan in the 2nd heat. Not the way he's fired up coming into this last round of the championship. He's just doing it all right up front, and it's a fantastic way to finish the season, but of course he would have loved to try and maintain and retain that number 1 plate. Purden's going to have it though. He's into 3rd, and there's no worries at all from him. He's pulled slightly there from Goosen. This is a nice fight here. De Freya, de Roe. Oh, getting a bit sideways there was Marco de Freya closing on the back end of Cam de Roe, and the two of them trying to get onto the back end of Kieran Fitzgerald as well. And there's going to be much of an answer there between Fitzgerald and his 450s. We saw in the first heat how better the 450s were. Kieran decided to run the 350 in this class for this race meeting. It wasn't quite the ideal choice, I don't think. But remember, this is, of course, Kieran Fitzgerald's swan song too. He'll be hanging up that Red Bull helmet after the season. Oh, what a move there from the 777. Lloyd Pacale diving on the inside of Kieran Fitzgerald, trying to spoil his day and losing out slightly. He goes down, and has not been the day in the saddle for the man from the Floorstone on Trend machine. That Yamaha has just not worked as well as what it normally does under the power and control of the man there on the 777, Lloyd Pacale. Definitely want to throw this round away if he could. And their riders can throw a round away if they have a really bad round. It was one of the options that was given for this shortened version of the 2020 season. So the battle continuing in the mid-pack here. Nice little battle, in fact, there. Leonard de Toy starting to get into the mix there too. Fitzgerald, oh, that's not the way that Kieran Fitzgerald wants to end his motocross career. Something not working right on that bike, and he's going to retire the 350cc KTM and park on the sideline. He's going to be sorely missed next year. The checkered flag comes out, and it is Milan who says, well, that's how you do it. And that's what I would have done in the first heat had I not been disqualified. 2nd place goes to Anthony Reynard, but the championship goes to Tristan Purden. You can see he's a happy man. And there is your final championship standings. Tristan Purden taking the win over David Goosen. It's Anthony Reynard in 3rd place with a fantastic weekend so far. Milan into 4th, de Roe, Cal, Jesse Wright, and Marco de Freya, the top 8 in 2020's MX1s. Outgoing champion Matty Milan, let's find out how his weekend went.
It was no one's fault but myself. I just went out on my sighting app and just try to get all my lines down, and I just didn't think, and I jumped one of the jumps on the sighting app, which you're not meant to do. So rightly so, I got excluded. So no one's fault but mine. So got to learn from it, and still make mistakes even at this level. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, second motor got out to a good start and got into the lead by the 2nd turn and just kind of rode my own race. It was nice. I felt really good there. Yeah, obviously this morning I came out qualified first, so I knew I was going to have a good day, but unfortunately that mishap in the first moto, it is what it is. No one else to blame but myself. But yeah, stoked to come out with the last moto of the year, get a win, and feel good like that. So got some momentum heading into next year, and looking forward to it. Big thanks to everyone at Husqvarna South Africa, Fred, my mechanic, and my girlfriend Courtney, just everyone that's in my corner, and just helps me get up here. I really appreciate it, and looking forward to 2021. It's going to be a good year, full season year, and going to come out swinging.
From outgoing champion to the newly crowned champion, Tristan Purden.
What happened last year was what we couldn't do, so we put our head down this year and we charged. We finally did it. Couldn't thank my whole team, my sponsors, everyone just behind me. It's a dream come true, second MX1 championship, so let's bring some more in next year, and I just want to thank everyone, my team. It takes an army to do this, it's not just me, so thanks to everyone.
On the next episode, we'll wrap up the MX2 category and the rest of the national championships here at the final round of the TRP and Cannabis Energy National Motocross Championships from Bloemfontein. All this national motocross action is proudly brought to you by TRP Distributors, Cannabis Energy Drink, and their associate sponsors.